Hey everyone, welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Ian, and on this channel I talk everything mobile narrative filmmaking. Everything from pre to post-production will be discussed in an attempt to give you the knowledge and confidence to make your own short films and get yourself out there. Today is part 2 of Audio Basics, and we're going to get into it right after this. Alright, EQ. This is what intimidates most people when they first start in audio production. I know it intimidated me until I got a handle on it, and it's actually a lot easier than people give it credit for. When I first go in to process audio, I start by running a high-pass filter and a low-pass filter. I roll off the low-end, high-pass, at 80 Hz, and the high-end, low-pass, at 14 kHz. This gets rid of that low-end rumble and high-pitched hiss, the sss. Doing these two little steps will make your audio already sound leaps and bounds better. After that, I do a sweep of the disruptive frequencies. So in your DAW, open up parametric EQ. You're going to want to start at 80 Hz where you rolled off on the low end. You're also going to want to have the Q as narrow as possible. You will then increase the gain as much as you can and sweep across the Hertz or frequency scale. When you hear sounds that hurt your ears, you're going to want to cut at that frequency. And by cut, I mean lower the gain anywhere from 1 to 6 decibels. This is just a good rule of thumb. Usually cutting any more than 6 decibels will really start to make the audio sound a little bit unnatural. However, sometimes it's necessary. There are usually about 5 to 6 disruptive frequencies that you'll have to fish out between the 80 and 3 kHz range. Once you have abolished all of those disruptive frequencies, you're going to want to sweeten up your audio. Go ahead and open up Graphic EQ. This lets you pinpoint certain frequencies that you want to amplify to make your audio sound better. If your voice sounds thin or distant, try a slight boost at 100 Hz. This adds fullness to the voice. If you want a warmer analog type sound, try boosting at 200 Hz. This adds a little bit of warmth. If your lav mic sounds a bit muffled, try a slight boost in the 2 to 4K range to kind of open up the voice. The only high-end frequencies I ever boost are 6K and 12K. You can use the high shelf filter to boost at 12K. Usually boosting anywhere from 1 to 6 decibels will do the trick. This just adds some high-end shimmer that just makes it sound more appealing. Also keep in mind that everybody's voice is unique. Some people don't need EQ. And to those people, I hate you. Just kidding. Alright, now that you've EQ'd, it's time to compress that audio. When you hear the word compress, you automatically think loss in quality. That's not the case here. All you're doing here is making the audio slightly less dynamic, making the quietest parts as loud as the loudest parts, so everything is more even. This is so your voice doesn't get buried in the mix. You will most likely have sound effects, music, room tone. What you don't want is your voice to get lost in all of that chaos. So remember in the first video when we said you wanted to peak between -12 and -6 dB? Well, guess where you're going to set your compression threshold? Yep, -12 dB. You can also experiment with the factory presets if you are using Twisted Wave. They are really fantastic. Just head up to Presets in the top left, scroll down to Factory Presets, and choose the one that sounds best for you. I've found that the Gentle preset works best for me. I was always told that you should either normalize your audio to -3 dB or 0 dB. That's mostly when I was doing voiceover and you would submit auditions. I haven't found that that's best practice when making a film. I personally don't like to do that because it makes the audio sound very boomy, even after you've EQ'd. One thing you have to remember is that not everybody has top-of-the-line speakers, headphones, devices, TVs, so you kind of have to take that into account too. Doing that also raises the noise floor as well. To avoid all of this, I like to have my audio in the -12 dB range for export. Before you export, make sure you have the file converted to stereo. When you bring the audio files into your video editor, you can raise the master gain without worrying about amplifying what you don't want heard. And that is my audio production chain. This is what works best for me. I suggest you try these methods and other YouTubers' methods and just find what works best for you. It will take some trial and error, but everything in life does. And that concludes part 2 of Audio Basics. Next, I'm gonna dive into acoustic treatment. That'll take your audio game from here to here, trust me. As always, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell to get notified every time a new video comes out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.
Yeah, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine.